Well, with fall here, it's a perfect time to head on over to Hometown Supply, where you'll find a great selection of ATVs, go-karts, scooters, golf carts, wooden gym sets. You'll even find electric, gas, and kerosene heaters and pure kerosene in 1 gallon, 2.5 gallon, and 5 gallon containers. And don't forget, Hometown Supply offers layaway with no charge on ATVs, go-karts, scooters, golf carts, wooden gym sets, toys, appliances, and so much more. Hometown Supply, the store with more. Call 272-0345 or stop by today. Hometown Supply, downtown Dublin.
Hello everyone and welcome to Around Town. I'm Elizabeth Graff and we are here in the Du Bois Center and there's a lot going on, some beautiful items that are for sale, and I smell something delicious. And to tell us more about it, we have a couple of ladies from the Dublin Service League. I have Dawn Sampson she's president of the Dublin Service League, and this is the Antique Fair.
That's correct.
And this has been going on for 51 years. And what makes you guys keep, doing such a good job? What motivates you?
Well, I would have to say the end result would be handing out scholarships to students in May. Mm-hmm. So it makes it all worth it.
And there's a lot of students that do benefit from this, too. I mean, for 51 years, year after year, there's been a student that's been chosen, and just a wonderful thing to help out the youth.
That's correct. We've given over $525,000 in scholarships through the years, so we're very proud to be able to say that we've helped contribute to our youth here in town. So.
Mm-hmm. And looking around, there's so many beautiful things to choose from, so many items, some antiques and some crafts. And we also got to listen to some music. And tell us about that, too.
Well, various piano instructors in the area have their students come in and perform, and so that's fun.
Yeah.
The kids enjoy it, and of course the guests enjoy listening to it. So.
Yes. So let's introduce us to who you have.
This is Laura Miller, and she is the chairperson of dealers. So she is the person that goes out and finds all of these wonderful vendors to come in and sell all sorts of goodies for us. So.
Yeah. Wow. This whole place, this whole building is just jam-packed with, a plethora of things that you could choose from to buy.
Yes, we have items ranging from antique crystal and china to exquisite estate jewelry to boots and purses and clothing and new trendy jewelry, as well as other collectibles and children's items and toys. And we have vendors that have been coming for years. To my left is Nancy LaRoque. This is her 25th year at the fair.
Wow.
And she says she looks forward to it every year and looks forward to seeing the same folks and to eating the good food and just being part of a big community event.
Yeah. And there's so many different vendors and so many different. You look at one and you turn around and there's something different at the next one. It's always something different around.
We try to get a variety so that people can just really enjoy this as a place to not only come and shop and support the community, but to socialize and introduce them to businesses in Middle Georgia that maybe they weren't aware of before and try to promote their business also.
Mm-hmm. Now this is their second day today, so this is their last day here at the Antique Fair. And we had talked about, when we promoted this event, we talked about how everyone needs to bring in their shopping list. And I tell you what, if you didn't, you missed out, and it won't happen again until next year. But I'm sure everyone that did come here and did some shopping sure did benefit from what you have brought in here.
Absolutely. I think that I've seen lots of people get across several things off their Christmas list this year. Mm-hmm. And also the Christmas decoration list. We have to thank Classic Florists for providing many of the decorations that we've got here today. They're absolutely gorgeous, and we can't thank them enough. They've made it look beautiful.
And you know what? Right when you walk in, you're greeted with Christmas. It's still November. We haven't had Thanksgiving yet. But when you walk in, you've got that Christmas spirit because you've got the decorations and the ornaments and the sights and sounds of Christmas going on all around here.
We do, yeah. We've had the sights and sounds. We also had, we mentioned we had some piano players, but we had choral groups from Trinity and also from West Lawrence High School and a couple of local bands. So it's been real festive and everybody's had a great time.
Mm-hmm. And it's so crowded that people just keep on walking back and forth in front of him. I don't blame them. There's really not a lot of room to walk around because there's so many people, so many things to vendors to look at. And let's talk about this, the food that I'm smelling. My mouth is just watering. Every year, you ladies provide something, for everyone that wants to come in and enjoy their lunch.
It's been wonderful. We have had huge success, I think, with chicken salad. That's been our new item this year, and we've had a lot of positive feedback about that.
Now, let's talk about that. Now, you said it was a new item.
Yes.
And we talked a little earlier before we did the interview. This is such an interesting story right here. Pay attention. Okay.
Well, we've always prepared turkey salad ever since the fair started, and we just
51 years ago. Well, actually 50 years ago because it's the 51st.
That's correct. And we just felt like it was time for a change, and financially it was a better thing to do, and so I think it's been wonderful. I've heard nothing but great things about it. So, and I've tried it myself. It's delicious.
Well, of course. Everything tastes like chicken if it's really good, right?
And then we have our pimento cheese that we serve every year, and
we have our salad plates and our soups. We did make a change in our soups too. We tried a new soup, a loaded potato soup that seems to be very popular.
Oh yeah.
Heard lots of good comments, but we still have our tomato base, our herb tomato soup that everyone craves for a whole year and that gets to eat this week.
Where do you guys get your recipes?
They've actually been in our cookbooks that we've actually got 2 cookbooks out, and most of our recipes can be found in those, and they're for sale for $10. So
that's right.
Yes.
That's right.
They make great gifts.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm wondering now. Everyone's going to be watching this after the show, after the fair. Can they still buy the cookbook?
Absolutely. We have them for sale at Mellon Moore and Plum Alley, I believe.
Interiors.
Brown Interiors.
And from any Dublin Service League member.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, ladies, congratulations on another year, a successful year. And again, to help out the youth, this helps out, with their scholarships. And what high school kid doesn't need a scholarship, right?
That's correct. That's right.
Yeah, and we got to help out the kids because the children are our future.
That's right.
That's correct.
That's correct.
All right, well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you so much.
Well, we're going to go for a break right now, but when we come back, we're going to enjoy the sights and sounds of the Antique Fair. So stay with us. You're watching Around Town. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Around Town. And we have beautiful music going on all day, all night, both days here at the Antique Fair. And I have one lady who is responsible for bringing in the talent to perform on the piano, and this is Miss Rachel Brown. How are you doing today?
Fine, thank you.
You're welcome.
Glad to be here.
Now, we have, we're going to be listening to some music with one of your students, definitely. Tell me, how many years have you taught piano?
This is my 11th year teaching piano.
Mm-hmm. What made you get started doing that?
Well, I had a really good friend, Miss Jimmy Hightower, and she left town and she said, "You're going to take my students." And so it was sort of just dropped in my lap, and it was an opportunity. I didn't major in music. I almost did, but I've been taking piano in Macon for the past 20 years, so I guess that gives me credibility.
Yes, I would say so, definitely. And you brought your students here to perform at the Dublin Service League.
Right.
Tell me what it's like to be able to sit back, listen to them perform for such a great cause, a great group.
Well, it really is nice to be able to contribute. And this group has been going around for a long time. In fact, I was a Service League member years ago, 25 years ago.
Yeah.
And we've been given scholarships ever since then.
Yes.
So it's really nice to help promote and make this money to be able to give away to our students in the county and the city.
I'm curious, were you ever present when the scholarship was presented to the student?
Years ago, we would present the scholarships at the May meeting.
And the student was there?
And the student would be there, yes. Uh-huh.
When they hear their name and they hear that they have won a scholarship, I mean, I'm sure their expression must have told it all.
Well, they're really grateful, real grateful.
Any kind of help that a child can get to further their education and to fulfill their dreams. You guys are doing such a great job bringing your kids in here to have them perform and being a former member of the Dublin Service League too.
Thank you, yes.
Thank you, Ms. Brown, for talking with us today.
Thank you, I enjoyed being with you.
And now we're going to listen to Carson Baggett as she performs on the piano. All right, now I'm here with Carson Baggett, and you just performed a beautiful piece here. Well, actually, a couple of pieces. You know, everyone's going to be able to watch them during the show, but it's not just the fact that they're able to watch it on TV, but that you were invited to come here. Tell me your thoughts on being able to do this here.
I'm grateful that I get the opportunity to come and play for the people while they are supporting the Dublin Service League, so that they can provide scholarships to people.
What school do you go to?
Trinity Christian School.
Okay, what grade are you in?
I'm a junior.
Okay, so you got a little bit more time, but still, are you thinking about college?
Yes, ma'am. I have no clue what I want to do or where I want to go, but I'm still thinking about it.
Now, if you were chosen to receive a scholarship, especially from the Dublin Service League, I mean, would that benefit you?
Yes, that would benefit me greatly.
Obviously, definitely, because it's not cheap to go to college.
No, ma'am, it's not.
And it's so nice to see so many people come out and help out and to also get a great lunch and to
Yes,
do a
ma'am.
little bit of shopping.
It's great. I love the antique fair, and I try to come every year.
Yeah. So let's talk about your talent here. You play beautifully.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about your background.
I have taken piano from Miss Rachel Brown since I was 9, I think, and it has been wonderful. I love it so much.
Wow. And you tickle the ivories quickly,
Yes,
too.
ma'am.
Do you have to do, like, exercise with your fingers and stuff? I mean, I would get a cramp if I tried to do that.
Well, I guess I'm just used to it, and I try to play as much as I can during the week, and then I go once a week to practice with Miss Rachel.
Wow. So you've been practicing. You're like 16, 17, 16 now. You've been practicing on the piano since you were 9.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. That's that's a half a lifetime for you.
Yes, ma'am. It's fun. I like it.
And what is it like to perform? Do you get nervous?
I get extremely nervous all the time, every time I play in front of people.
Yeah. So do you want to continue playing the piano when you're done with
Yes.
high school?
I would like to. It'd be difficult, but I would like to.
And have you performed before?
We have a recital every year in May, and then I've played here several times.
Wow, that's good. Now, how old were you the first time you had to perform here?
Oh, probably 10 or 11, I
so
think.
you were
I'm
like
not really
newish
sure.
at playing the piano.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And just watching you do it now, I can see how, I mean, you've gone far.
Yes,
Definitely.
ma'am.
And I'm
Thank
sure
you.
Ms. Brown would say the same thing.
Thank you.
Thank you. You know what Service League Antique Fair would be complete without souvenirs of Dublin, right?
Right, absolutely right.
I have the woman to talk to right here. This is Glenda Ricks, and you have a large amount of St. Patrick Festival items, Dublin items, and you come here every year, right?
Right. This is our second year with the Antique Fair,
Right.
but we're in Dublin, have been for 50 years.
Yeah.
This is our 50th festival.
And, you know, this is the Dublin Service League's 51st Antique Fair.
Really?
Really?
Okay.
So they're only 1 year older than you.
Right. Okay. Good deal. We're all in it together.
Right. And so you brought your items here.
Right.
And how's everything going?
Well, we've done very well. We've introduced some new pieces this year, including our 50th anniversary portrait. And if you haven't seen that, you need to really be sure that, and I know you've taken some pictures of it, but there's some people, local people, that you have to look for to find and see if you recognize some of our local celebrity folks in our picture.
Who painted this?
Frenessy. Mm-hmm. And we're taking orders. We have a limited print and then just the regular prints.
And this is such a beautiful painting. She does such a wonderful job.
Absolutely beautiful work.
And the fact that she does it by photograph, you know, it's like it is real people in there, people that are in the photograph that she has on the painting.
Right. She looked through 2,000 photos and put things together for the picture. And it's just absolutely amazing to me. Every time I look at it, I see something different.
Right. Now, coming here and helping out the Antique Fair, the Dublin Service League, what does that mean to you?
Well, it means a lot to me because they give out scholarships to high school seniors. And my daughter, who is 51 this year, got a scholarship when she graduated from high school from Service League. So it's very important to me. And I've known other students over the years, but it actually touched home with us.
Yeah, it got it right on the spot.
We've enjoyed it, and I've pushed it with other people because it's just a really great thing that Service League does.
Yes, it is.
And this is their big fundraiser for the year.
Mm-hmm. And like I said before, I mean, this is Dublin. What Service League Antique Fair would be complete without souvenirs of Dublin.
Absolutely, and we have all sorts of Dublin souvenirs. Now, ours are on sale all year long here in town at various places or with some of the executive committee. If you need something, like if you have people coming in and you need a special gift for them, or you're going somewhere and you want to take something from Dublin, we're available.
Yep. Glenda Ricks, the lady that you need to see for your souvenirs of Dublin.
Absolutely. Y'all come on down.
All right, we're going to find out more about this wonderful painting that we have next to me. And to tell us more about it, about how it came about, is Frenessy and Scott. So how are you doing today?
We're doing great.
Good. Now, this is such a unique painting. We've got recognizable faces in here, and you can see close-ups at each, all the individuals. And I heard that it was the brainchild of you two, obviously. So how did this come about?
Well, last year we did a painting for the Chamber of Commerce of Dick Killebrew, and it had in the background of the parade that he helped to instigate in this community. And from that outgrew an idea for another painting, and that's this. But without Scott's input, saving all these wonderful images, we would have never been able to make the painting, period. So we're thankful to Mr. History.
How many pictures did you go through to get a product like this?
Oh, there's several thousands. The festival committee has saved them. Mainly they came from Kimball Thomas, and his son, and they've taken pictures from the very beginning all the way up to the early 90s. And those are a lot of them we use. Cure Herald, of course. They have archives of photographs. Not as far back as I would like, but there are thousands of them.
Yes, there were just thousands of digital images that I went through, that Scott had already gone through and selected some things. But one thing that was really great in a lot of Scott's images that he had was the main street of downtown, Jefferson Street, how it's changed over time. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the stores and the store faces that you see in the painting, it's not really from the 60s, but it is from the 60s, and it's from today. It's kind of a combination of memories.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's bringing yesterday and today together. Yeah. Tell me the familiar faces that we'll see here.
Well, of course, we had to put Scott Thompson in there because he's Mr. History, and without him, we wouldn't remember who we are. Mm-hmm. But and then the gentleman, what's it?
Robert Drew.
Robert Drew, right? And he's here today, and Mrs. Cannon, who was so instrumental in keeping the St. Patrick's energy going for years.
Yes,
and
Scott, you have someone down in the vehicle here with you. Who's that?
That's my good friend Carl Slover. You don't see my son Scotty having to hold him up, but he was sitting on cushions about to fall off. But Carl was Grand Marshal in 2008.
Okay. Right. Who do we have on the left side of the street?
On the left-hand side, we've got our politicians of the day, which is Hugh Gillis and Lester Porter, who was the mayor that frankly kept peace in the 60s when a lot of communities were just at war, and Dublin was not that.
Wow.
Dublin did well.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Now, you are making more copies of this, right? Tell me about how people who are interested can get a copy of your fabulous painting here.
Well, thank you. First of all, I think this painting will eventually be for sale itself. And Scott may tell you where it will be. You'll be able to see it in the process. And then from the painting, we intend to make a limited edition, which will be signed by the artist, be similar to the same size as the painting. Mm-hmm. And from that, then there will be an open edition that will be a little smaller.
Okay. And Prentice, you're on Facebook, right?
Oh, yes. And then, of course, you can go to the St. Patrick's Festival Facebook as well.
Okay, great. Well, thank you both so much for coming out and supporting this wonderful cause. You know, to have something like this and to draw a crowd, to get them aware of helping out the high school kids, you know, they're going to college and they need help with the scholarship.
Absolutely. You bet. Mm-hmm. You bet.
And this is definitely bringing them out here.